What's up, guys? One battle after another just hit the theaters. I just got done watching it. This movie is a banger. Written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA. I don't even need to say anything else. He is up there with Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, Tarantino. He is up there with the greats. This guy is incredible. And this movie is starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, and Sean Penn. So when you have someone as prolific as PTA, someone with the track record with the filmography like he has, the expectations are going to automatically be through the roof. You don't have to know what the movie's about. You don't have to see a trailer. His reputation precedes him. So going into this, I expected a lot, as a lot of people are going to. Last I checked earlier this morning, it was certified fresh at 98 tomatoes. And let me tell you, this movie was awesome. PTA does not disappoint as expected. I had so much fun with this movie. It's sitting at 2 hours, 40 minutes is what it says right here on IMDb. Did not really feel that long. I was engaged pretty much the whole time. This movie is epic. It's absolutely hilarious at times. Leonardo DiCaprio, his character is so goddamn funny. The action is great, surprisingly. It's extremely chaotic at times, especially the middle part of this movie, the second act, which is definitely my favorite part of the movie. And starting after the first 20 minutes, which takes place 16 years prior to where we're at for, the majority of the runtime of this film, it just takes off from there. It's just nonstop. You're on the edge of your seat. It's basically one long chase sequence. So when their evil enemy resurfaces after 16 years, a group of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue one of their own daughters. So with that, we have our main character, Bob, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. His character is fucking hilarious. He was part of this revolutionary group called the French 75. And his contributions to this group was, he was the bomb guy. He was the one setting up explosions, creating distractions, whatever they needed. And now 16 years later, he's a pothead, alcoholic, kind of an idiot in some sort of way. His character is so goddamn funny. He never really knows exactly what he's doing. He should be prepared. He's an ex-revolutionary. He's always paranoid all the time because he fears that Lockjaw, played by Sean Penn, is going to come after him, the military guy in the beginning of the movie who they fuck over. And once Lockjaw returns, his daughter is taken by the revolutionaries to a hiding spot, to a certain rendezvous point, and he has to go meet them there. But in order to do that, he has to remember certain lingo, certain passwords, a set of passwords that were given to him a long time ago. He was given this package to study, to memorize. But because he gets so goddamn high all the time, he can't remember this certain password, the last one that he needs. He can't remember what time it is. And there's this whole interaction, a couple interactions on the phone with this other group member that is just gut-bustingly hilarious. I was almost crying tears because of how goddamn funny Leonardo DiCaprio is in this scene. It kind of reminded me of when he played Rick Dolan in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that meltdown scene in his trailer when I believe he can't remember his lines for the movie that he's filming. And it's just him just beating himself up, calling himself names, just going absolutely nuts.
Goddamn fucking whiskey sours. Fucking bullshit. You fucking remembering your fucking lines. I practiced them and now I don't look like I goddamn practiced them. You're sitting there like a fucking baboon.
There's a lot of that in his character, and it is so goddamn funny. Like, there are plenty of scenes where you see other group members and how they're always prepared. They're ready for whatever. They're badass. But Bob seems out of touch with what's actually going on. He seems kind of out of place with everything. He should have been prepared for the worst, as he was pretty much paranoid for the last 16 years. But he's been doing so many drugs. He says it himself. He loves drugs and alcohol. So when it actually happens, he is just lost, running from the police, absolutely stoned out of his mind. And it's hilarious to watch. I think the script that PTA did for this film, I know it's based off, or loosely based off of a book from 1990, but there are a lot of funny scenes in this movie, a lot of good one-liners where these characters, specifically Lockjaw, Sean Penn's character, to where they say things so seriously, you just can't help but laugh because what they're saying is so ridiculous. And this movie is obviously a little political. It kind of pokes fun at both sides. What happens in the very beginning of this film is pretty much spot on to what's kind of been happening in the world recently in the past few months, but it's not what the whole movie is. It doesn't have an agenda or anything like that. It's not pushing anything towards you. It's really just more of a dark comedy. It does kind of get extreme to some levels when they're poking fun at these certain people, but it is done with that typical Paul Thomas Anderson flair. You know, it's quirky, it's satirical. It's not really meant to be taken too seriously, even if it is sort of spot on with certain things. And a lot of that has to do with Sean Penn's character, who is absolutely ridiculous. This character is insane. He's out of his mind. He's unhinged. And Sean Penn plays it perfectly. In the first 20 minutes, I definitely think the beginning part is probably my least favorite part of the movie, when it is 16 years prior. But first being introduced to Lockjaw, you know this guy's a fucking weirdo. And he gets even stranger, even crazier. But like I said, his character is completely unhinged, off the rails. And Sean Penn is committed. He's willing to do a lot of crazy, sometimes goofy things that his character needs to do. And I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff is completely out of pocket. Now, when this movie gets going in the second act, the whole middle part of this movie, pretty much going all the way up until the last 10 minutes. Remember, this is an almost 3-hour movie, so that's a big chunk of this film. This is the best part of the movie for me. It was the most engaging, edge of your seat. It's chaotic. This is when a lot of the comedy comes in as well. I was hooked, eyes glued to the screen, so unbelievably into this movie. And a lot of that is because of not only the direction, the performances, the way it was filmed. A lot of these scenes are long takes. A lot of them are one shots. They let you soak in everything, even all the extras that are around, because there's a lot of people a part of this revolution. You feel so immersed and frantic, much like how Bob and all the other characters in this movie are when having to escape the police who are coming after them, running from the feds, hiding, all this stuff that they have to do. It is wildly entertaining, and this middle part, the second act, is when we get introduced to Sensei, played by Benicio del Toro. He's not in it really that much, but when he is in it, he's also great. He's helping Bob escape, find his daughter, stay away from the feds, stay away from the police, the military. But of course, he was great as well. He was always calm. He kind of always knew what to do, how to escape. He was kind of always there telling pretty much everybody, including Bob, what to do, always having a plan. Never frazzled when Bob pretty much the whole time was freaking the fuck out. Even Regina Hall, who's barely in this film, even though she is in it a little more than I thought and kind of was a little bit more important to the story, she killed it as well. I also really enjoyed Charlene, Bob's daughter, who's the one who needs to be saved, who there's a lot more going on to the story with her than we kind of first know about. Really just all the characters in this, I think, are pretty excellent. We only see Teyana Taylor too for the first 20 minutes or so. She plays Perfidia, Bob's wife, Charlene's mother. She was the one organizing all these crimes, trying to get what she wants, trying to start a revolution to stand up to the political people in power at the time. But of course, shit goes sideways at one point and she has to go away, and we really don't ever see her again. So I just really enjoyed pretty much everything about this film. I don't know if it's quite a masterpiece. It's close, it's extremely entertaining, it's extremely fun, the story is incredible, but you do still care about the characters by the end, and you want Bob and Charlene to reunite, you want all of that, you want Lockjaw to fucking die because his character is so intolerable, so ridiculous. And in the first 20 minutes, when they're obviously setting up everything, showing you the revolution, how it started, the French 75, what they actually did, what they were about, there were also parts that kind of had me like just scratching my head, a little bit confused, not really know what the point of some of these scenes are, but they pay off, you understand, you get the context for it. So yeah, this is an absolute powerhouse of a film. PTA delivers once again. I don't think I've ever been disappointed in a film that he's made, except for Inherent Vice. I wasn't really a fan of that as much, but I think everybody should go see this movie without a doubt. It was also shot on VistaVision, which are cameras that have rarely been used since the 60s, and it looked phenomenal as well. Especially this scene at the end. Okay, I take back what I said before. There is a cool scene where it involves this desert highway, and if you've ever driven to California, I think those roads are closed now, but I remember I would drive to San Diego all the time, maybe it was LA, from Arizona, and there's those roads that go like this, just Up and down, up and down. And they do some really creative, some really great shots with filming a chase scene on that setting. And it was awesome. So yeah, forget what I said before. This whole movie is incredible. Go watch it, please. As always, my name is Zach. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. 8.5, 9 out of 10. I'll probably see it again with my dad because he wasn't able to come. So we'll see how I feel on a second watch, but I can't wait to watch it again. But as always, later.